for the 45s, I got to get the little thing that goes in the middle. Boom. What I ask y'all? What'd I say? Janet Jackson. Let's wait a while. I know we used to, they call, I don't know what the hell slopping the hogs was, but they used to slop the hogs, I guess. Good morning. It is 6:44 on a Wednesday. And my butt is on a Walmart run. I guess I need to talk a little louder since I didn't bring my microphone. But it's 6:44. I'm on a Walmart run. Why am I on a Walmart run at 6:44 a.m. in the morning? And thanking God the Walmart is not too far from my house. Because I have somewhere to be by 10. And I do not have any professional shoes. And that's crazy. All my shoes are, as they say, FMPs or too tall for me to be walking in for an hour and a half. So I am running down to Walmart to get me what we used to back in the day call bubbles, which is cheap shoes. Just so I can make sure I have something to walk in. And I also need to get some printer cartridge. And something else. I don't know what else. Something else I got to get. I got it in my phone. But today is hump day. Today is March 25th. And I hope and pray that everybody has a wonderful day. Yes, I got my glasses on today. I said I'm going to wear them all day today. I'm going to see how it feels for me to wear my glasses all day today. Because I hate these glasses. I haven't worn these glasses a whole day since I got these glasses. But I'm going to wear them today. And we're going to see how it looks. But next up on my list is that I do want to get some more glasses. But I want to get some more glasses with thinner lenses. But I'm going to put them back in these metal glasses. I paid too much money for these metal glasses. But I just want to get some thinner lenses. So we're here at Walmart. Let me run in here right quick and do what I got to do. I need to get my butt whooped. I guess as y'all have figured out, I have a job interview. Gonna just rock with it, roll with it. And again, what's for me is for me. I'm not stressing out about it. But considering I have not gone on a job interview actually going into an in-person job interview in 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. This is gonna be different for me. But I've been praying and I've been praying about it. I've been praying about it because y'all know how I feel about my insecurity with menopause and not having the confidence that I once had whenever it came to speaking. That's why somebody, y'all were like, "Oh, don't take the ums out your voice. That, just be you." Yeah, but at the same time, I used to not have those ums in my voice because I did take public speaking and Toastmasters, and so it is very I'm not gonna say discouraging. See, I can't think of the word. It's very intimidating whenever I'm going to be sitting before possibly 5 people, at least 2, because the initial interview there were 6 on that call, and then now they've asked for an in-person interview, and they named 2 and they put in others. So I've been praying about it, and asking God to touch my tongue, my mind. Let me be able to speak eloquently. Let me be able to speak with confidence. Let me be able to recall all the amazing things that I have done in previous jobs that align with this particular job. And if it's for me, then it's for me. If it's not for me, then hey, what's next? That is my mindset. But I will admit that I have not slept very well last night. I think I probably have awakened 6 or 7 times. And then finally I said, Chloe, just go ahead and just get on up. Plus, I realized that I don't have any ink cartridges any ink in my ink cartridges. And I was back there looking at ink cartridges in Walmart, and they don't have the one that goes in my printer. So what I am going to have to do is get in here, get dressed, get myself together, and run by a Office Depot, Staples, or FedEx Ship and print out my resume, because even though for the past years, whenever I would go, they already had one printed out. I never want to show. I'm old school, as y'all can see. I have put color in my hair. I never want to show up without one, even though they more than likely going to print out their own. I still like to show that I am prepared. So I'm going to make sure that I print out at least 6. The birds are singing. It's a beautiful thing to hear the birds singing. It's a blessing to be above the ground where you can hear the birds singing. Amen. Amen. All right, let me get in here and throw some eyebrows on. Throw some mascara on. Y'all see how thick these glasses is. Throw some clothes on and get this thing popping. I guess I might as well go ahead and open up the blinds while I'm at it. I'll open those up before I left. Okay, y'all. I'll sit y'all down over here. Good morning again, beautiful people. We are headed out. The place that I am going to is only, I believe, well, I already know for the most part where it's like 2 miles from Fayetteville Pavilion, so I know where I'm going. But since I did not get any printer cartridges at Walmart, what I'm going to have to do is stop at Office Depot or a FedEx print and ship and print out 10 resumes. I'm sure it's not going to be 10 people, but I am going to print out 10, just in case, just to make sure I have enough on hand. Grab me something to eat. I like to get somewhere anytime I'm going somewhere important, like to an interview or somewhere about business, I like to get there at least 30 minutes ahead of time. So I always leave extra early to ensure that I have plenty of time to, if I need to redirect my route, if I need to, grab me something to eat and just breathe and meditate. I like to get there at least 30 minutes early. So it is 8:27. I don't have to be there until 10 o'clock. Where I'm going to, I probably can get there in about 40 minutes. And so that's going to give me plenty of time to go do what I need to do as far as printing out what I need to print as far as the resumes are concerned. Go over the prep that I also have emailed to myself to print out. I'm going to make sure that, see, the thing is with printer cartridges cost almost as much as a printer depending on what printer you have. And like, I think the printer I have, I think I paid like make $130 for it, but the dang printer cartridges are like $40. And so sometimes it's almost like not even worth to keep investing in the printer cartridges. And I know you can get the refills where you can the refillable printer cartridges, but baby, those things are so messy and they leak at times. But I said that what I was going to do is just go ahead and invest in a really good printer, which prints more pages, holds more ink, prints more pages. And plus, now that I have started back working on my writing, excuse me, y'all, I like to actually print out some of the pages and read them and see how they read whenever I'm actually looking at them, to see what it's going to look like whenever it goes in a book, because some people still do like to do the print on demand and they like to have book in hand. And so I like to see how it flows that way. Just looking at the screen and reading it, okay. But I actually like to look at it in my hand and read it out loud and see how it flows. So with that, I like to print out the actual paper that I am writing chapter by chapter, or whatever is whatever. That's why I used to love whenever I used to work at some of the places I used to work at, because babe, I would be printing out my whole entire novel, 300 and some pages. Babe, I would be printing it out on their dime, but can't do that no more because I work from home. Well, I'm at home. But I'm going to, I feel like, I got a bump right there. I am going to grab me something to eat, maybe grab me some coffee. I did go ahead and take my medication this morning. I ate a banana, but I'm going to probably grab me something to eat as well. I got this tattoo, but they told me one of the things whenever I talked to them, when they emailed me with the first interview, they said that they are what's the word that she used? She didn't use non-conventional. They're a non-aristocratic company, which means that they're not very formal. That's what she said. But either way, of course, whenever I go in for an interview, I want to present myself a certain way. But even whenever I had the interview with the 6 people, they were on their 100. They had on t-shirts, they had on jeans. I could tell they had on jeans. So she said non-aristocratic. So I am assuming that they're very informal. So hopefully tattoos won't be a issue. But like I said, what's for me is for me. My only thing is that if I get a full-time job, well, first of all, this job will be contract for 90 days. But if I get a full-time job, y'all, I don't want to lose Kaiser. I don't want to lose Kaiser. All right. I can't believe I put in all the gas yesterday, and I have burned through a fourth of a tank of gas already. This shit crazy. All right, y'all, let me talk to the man upstairs and also do a little bit of meditating, and I guess I'll probably check back in with you guys after and let you know how it went.
It's slam dunk. And we're not going to get out of.
We're about to go through these. And these. And even though I doubt that we can use these, because my mother has had them outside on the porch probably for about 30 years, we are still going to at least see what they are. Okay. I know some of these is just irreparable, but I'm still going to eventually try them. So this is The Best of the Impressions, written by Curtis Mayfield. And I can see the scratches on these. I want to get a album rack eventually. The Flip Wilson Show. But this is Joe Tex. This is my daddy. This is my daddy's. I got some in here myself, and I even got some of my sisters in here. I am really interested in seeing if any of these actually, isn't it just amazing how they was able to press. I need to look up and see who invented the ability to put music on records. Flip Wilson. This ain't even Flip Wilson. Child, this says Sweet Vibrations, Bobby Blue Bland. So this don't even go in there. I know telling what Flip Wilson is. I need to look it up and see if there's any kind of way you can restore records. We'll put Flip Wilson over there. The Best of Wilson Pickett. I really need to get one of those soft cloths because I got some Windex. Wilson Pickett, Brooklynville Marketing Prevents, Warner Special Products, Don't Knock My Love, Hey Jude, Fire and Water, I'm in Love, I Found a True Love. And on the other side, Don't Let Green Grass Fool You, Sugar Sugar,
get me back on time. Engine number 9. I'm a midnight mover. She's looking good. You know what I loved about records back in the day? The exciting Wilson Pickett was that men complimented women. Men openly spoke of their love for women. And they weren't afraid to admit that they was in love or that they messed up. Land of 100 Dances, something you got 634 5789 barefooting. Mercy, mercy. You're so fine. In the midnight hour, 9.5 won't do. I know this one is messed up pretty bad. Together for the first time. Bobby Bland and BB King. Baby, that was my dad. My Bobby Blue Bland. Bobby Blue Band. Bland. Bobby Blue Bland and BB King. Baby. That was my dad. My dad loved him some. And how about this? How about one of my guy friends? He's married, it's not like that. How about he is BB King's grandson? And we met, just scratched. We met on this website. Oh my God. That was like 2001. We met on this website called Timbuktu, Timbooktu. And it was a website where you submit your short stories. It was published once a month. And you submitted your short stories. Actually, I met quite a few people that I'm still cool with on there. You submitted your short stories. And shout out to Marlon Green from Maryland, because I met him on there too. He watches my podcast, my vlog. And met Leonard on there, Leon, because at the time he wrote up under Leon King. And we've been cool ever since. And he is BB King's grandson, and he has written a book called The Learning Tree. When I say that book was so good, and he wrote under the pseudonym LL King, just like his granddaddy named BB King. And when I say that book was so good, oh my God, that book was so good. It did not end anything like I expected it to end, but it was so good. I need to take a picture of this and send it to Leon. So he will, anytime I find something that my daddy has that has BB King on, I always send it to him. Soul Session, Junior Walker, and the All Stars. I'll have to listen to this to hear what's on here. Whenever we go out of town, like me, my best friend Monica, Patricia, when we go on road trips, we got a playlist that got all of the old school blues on there. And this right here is, and I realized that this music system, it has a full-size turntable, built-in CD player, AM, FM stereo receiver, and a cassette player. And I see so many cassette tapes and CDs. You can find those, of course, better than you can LPs and 45s. This is another Best of Wilson Pickett. Everybody Needs Somebody to Love. Oh, this is record 1, so it's 2 records to this. So, y'all, I'm still looking for if I could get a entertainment center, the old school one. But I saw some online, baby. They want $1,300 for it. I don't have money like that. But if I did, I would definitely get one and get it restored. This is the Isley Brothers, Winner Takes All. Baby, oh my God. When I say we be talking junk about these skinny, tight stuff. But baby, look at this. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Y'all see moose knuckles? Y'all see this? Look at this. Look at this. These shiny pants. With them moose knuckles and the perm. Babe. Well, at least back then, you knew what he was working with. And then, oh, do y'all remember whenever the words used to be printed on the album? Ooh. When the words to the songs, okay, I know this got more than, because this got a couple of them in here. What's this? I knew it. These are the albums my daddy used to hide from me because they were stand-up comedies and I wasn't supposed to hear them. So this is Skillet, Mayhem, and Leroy Daniels. It was certain records that he would not allow me to listen to. So this is the Flip Wilson. This is the one with somebody's Flip Wilson. I'm not sure if it's the right one, but this is the Flip Wilson one. We'll put this in here. So this one is 2 or 3 times a day. Side 1, Skillet, Mayhem, and Leroy Dance. Kiss Me, Starving Woman, Out of My House, Watch the Lips, Short Dress, Greyhound Bus, Fishing, The Rabbit, The Sucker in Politics, The Cigarette Story, Whiskey Tale. 2 or 3 times a day, Monkey and the Yo-Yo, Gas, Soapy Panty, John Did It, Smoking Weed, Texas Sheep, and The Mistake. I need to see what's on here. I need to hear this. I'm sure it's scratched up, but baby, I can guarantee you what's on here is something that my little bitty ears was not supposed to hear. Young Hearts Run Free, Candy Station. Young Hearts Run Free. Didn't Rod Stewart make this song? He probably did his makeover because this is from 1976. Fast, Slow, Disco, Medium. I don't know, what's this? I know these need to be, I really need to look up and see if there's any kind of way that you can restore. I remember something that we used to do whenever the album was scratched. Put this over here. Okay, what else is in here? Must not be all of Child. LL Cool J. Bigger and Deafer. So I know this is mine. I can't believe they actually was making records all the way up until the beginning of the 2000s, or was it 90s? Might have been like the 90s, like 92, something like that. Because, yeah, I think it was like 92. Because I remember going to, you remember we used to go to, if you're from Atlanta, Turtles, you get those stamps, and you get enough stamps, you get a free book. What was the one? Peppermint Records. That was it. Peppermint Records. Okay, so there's no Isley Brothers in here. Baby, not the Lou Rawls. Okay, this is Bobby Bland. Members Only. I remember Members Only. Yep, I remember that one. So This must go in a set. Because it's Bobby Bland, members only. And the other one is the rhythm and the blues, ZZ Hill. Oh, Lord. So I need to put my daddy's records. His blues and stuff. I need to put that separate from what's mine. These are mine. I think all of these are, his. Making Love on the Housetop Sermon, Reverend Cleophas Robinson. Okay, Rick Cleophas. The Last Year, Evangelist R.L. Bolton. Child, I don't know. Remember my dad listening to no. Yes, I do. Used to listen to Reverend James Cleveland. But I don't remember these. All right, Daddy. You must have been listening to these whenever we were we would leave and go to church and you wouldn't go to church with us. My dad actually used to have a beautiful voice and he used to sing in the choir whenever he was younger. Matter of fact, he was in church whenever him and my mom first got married. He used to go to church and every once in a while she could get him to go to church. Okay, I'm gonna put these back in here. This, I Am Down, that's that Side Chick on the Side remix. Salt and Pepper and Turtles, $4.79. And that's not what's in here. The famous Davis sisters. These are scratched up really bad. Okay. Patti LaBelle. Oh, Patti LaBelle is still in here. Be Yourself. If You Ask Me to, I used to love that song. If you ask me to. I Can't Complain. Be Yourself. Yo, Mister. I like that one. I Got It Like That. I feel like something stuck together. Oh no, I guess I ain't stuck together. Still in Love. Love 89. I'm Scared of You. I Can't Bring Me Down. Need a Little Faith. I Can Fly. Okay, Patty. Now, this is probably going to be sacrilegious to some for me to say this. And some might get in their feelings. But I'm not a huge Patti LaBelle fan. She has some things that I really, really love. But hearing her in concert, my sister took me to a concert at the Fox. And in concert, I just been wanting you to just sing the song like it is on the album. All the extra, and then Patti LaBelle do a lot of hollering. I can't stand all that hollering. Just like with Fantasia. I think that Fantasia is a great singer, but all that darn hollering, I can't stand all that hollering. It just don't serve my ears very well. Okay, so Patty goes back in here, even though there's no. This is Teddy Pendergrass. You Can't Hide From Yourself. Somebody told me, be sure. And if I had, I Don't Love You Anymore. The whole town's laughing. I remember that one. Easy, got to take it easy. The more I get, the more I want. You got what I want. You got what I need. Only you. I'm not even sure that's the right song. I know I'm going to have to. I'm just cleaning the dust off of this. Like I said, I need to check and see if ZZ Hill and the Blues, The Best of Sam Cooke. Okay, this one is broke. What's this? LL Cool J. I'm bad. Like, oh, I got Luther Vandross. The Night I Fell in Love is over now. Wait for Love. My Sensitivity. Other Side of the World. Oh, this one's scratched. Till My Baby Come Home. The Night I Fell in Love, If Only for One Night, Creeping. Oh my goodness. And this thing scratched like hell. Okay, Luther. Okay, Luther. I guess I'm going to wait before I go through. Computer Blue. Let's Go Crazy. Take Me With You. The Beautiful Ones. Computer Blue. Darling Nikki. When Doves Cry. I Would Die For You. Baby, I'm a Star. And Purple Rain. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Prince. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is so amazing when we're young that we would not even imagine that something. Better throw this little Rawls over here. Okay, why do I have? Oh, Tramp remix. Tramp. Push it. Idle chatter. Whoop. Let's see. So this one does have that one in there. It's got two of them in here. These are chipped on the end, so. Gotta go back over these because that's lit. I Am Down. Albums didn't have a whole bunch of songs on it. Cause, well, Chick on the Side, remix, Pass the Salt and Pepper. It's got 1, 2, 3 songs on this side, 1, 2, 3 songs on that side, and then the same on here. Okay, well, let's put these back over in here. I need to order some sleeves to put these in once I find out what is actually some good. I'll Be Sure. Killing me softly and actually mine. This love is so rescue me. Off on your own girl. Off on your own girl. Okay. I'll Be Sure. I'll Be Sure in effect mode. OMG. And we paid a lot of money back then because this album, when did this album come out? I can't even see when this album came out in 1988, which means I was either 17 or 18 years old when I bought this album. And I paid $9 for this album. That's a lot of money for 1988. So this Luther Vandross, hold up. Oh, no. Okay, so this is the Barkays Night Cruising. Who is Reggie Love Tiffany? Who is Reggie Love Tiffany? I don't know where this came from, honey, because somebody wrote Reggie Love Tiffany on it. Now I know this one's mine. Sweet Dreams Are Made of These by the Eurythmics. I know this is mine. Because, baby, sweet dreams are made of these. Who had a mind to disagree? Traveled the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Okay. So this is the skinny Luther Vandross. Bad boy having a party. You're the sweetest one. Since I lost my baby, forever, for always, for love. Better love, promise me. She loves me back once you know how. Let me tell you something. This is back when albums didn't just have like 1 or 2 hits on it. The whole album, for the most part, used to be banging. The whole album. Now, if you get 1 or 2 off of an album that drops, that hits, that bangs, you doing good. If you get 3, baby, you have won. But back then, baby, the whole album, you just drop it and go. The whole album used to bang. So this Luther. Y'all, I'm getting hot. Y'all know I ain't got no bra on. Shoot, it's hot. Is this the right one? Hold on. This one going here. This one going now. Okay, I'm sorry. This is the thick Luther. Well, not the thick Luther, but this is a thicker Luther. Now, bam. Bobby Brown. Cruel, don't be cruel, my prerogative, Roni, rock with you, every little step, I'll be good to you, take it slow, all day, all night, I really love you, girl, Cruel reprise. Now look at that. On side 1, don't be cruel, my prerogative, Roni, and rock with you, all on banging. Side 2, every little step, that's banging, I'll be good to you, take it slow, all day, all night, I really love you, girl, baby. Baby. Here you go. Okay, here's the child, I don't know how what's going on. Okay, so let's clean off the don't be cruel. Because this night and day, day and night. What I did with Al, be sure. There we go. Gonna put this back in here with Al. So I'm really looking to try and, oh my God. Okay, so this is Don't Be Cruel with Bobby Brown. I don't have a sleeve for it, but I'm just gonna go online and see on Amazon, see how much it would cost for me to order some sleeves. This is the Staple Singers. My daddy stuff, my daddy. This is Shirley Caesar. super gospel hits. And that is that with that. I think that's all we're gonna go over today with, because I've probably taken up about 40 minutes almost of your time. And we got, put the little Rawls over here, baby. I don't do nothing with no little Rawls. Because we got a whole box full of these. And it's a lot of them in here. So we will go over these later. Let's see. There's no getting over you, people. Bryson. Christmas comes only once a year. I'm just going to see a few of what's in here. You and me, the stylistics. I call your name, the barge. Yeah, we'll go over these later. Gentle on My Mind, Aretha Franklin. I wonder if my Janet Jackson, Let's Wait a While is in here. Teddy Pendergrass, You're My Latest, My Greatest Inspiration. I got to get the, for the 45s, I got to get the little thing that goes in the middle. Boom. What I ask y'all? What did I say? Janet Jackson, Let's Wait a While. There's something I want to tell you. There's something I think that you should know. It's not that I shouldn't really love you. Just take it slow. When we get to know each other, and we're both feeling much stronger, then let's try to talk it over. Let's wait a while longer. Let's wait a while before it's too late. Let's wait a while. Our love will be great. Let's wait a while before we go too far. I ain't never forced to be no singer, but I will do some karaoke. All right. That would be really a good meet and greet or meet up for the people here in Atlanta if we got together and found somewhere to go do some karaoke. Okay, so I am going to stop with this. I need to warm back up this coffee. I don't even really drink coffee no more. I went and bought some creamer just so I can drink some coffee, but I really am not a big coffee drinker. My mama was real good for this. She was good for saying she wanted something, and then we get it for her, and then she don't use it. Because I know she wanted me. And I got this for her, and she, as you can see, it's never even been open. So much stuff that she would have that would never be open, especially whenever it comes to appliances. We're going to at least open this up and take this out. As you can see, oh, doesn't fit my aesthetics, but that's okay. It's got a radio. It's got a CD player. thought it said it had a cassette player. I don't know where is the cassette. There's a CD player. Where's the cassette? Oh, then there's the cassette player. Eject, fast forward. Okay. Let me see something. Y'all, it has the, is this it? Yep. This is for these finger popping Hank Ballard and the Midnighters. That's what this is for. So I will put this on here and then put this right here. Oh, the nostalgia. What I used to like about the big stereo we had is that you just stack them on there, and as they play and finish playing, they just drop one after the other, one after the other. I used to stack them up. My dad used to stack them up. Okay, y'all, that is the nostalgia for, okay, how do I close it? Oh, to close the lid, lift it slightly, push back at the center. Now I gotta find out where I'm gonna put this. All right. Good morning, y'all. Ooh, I think I sprayed some of that spray in my eye. Today's Thursday, Throwback Thursday. And in honor of Throwback Thursday, guess what I am about to do? I'm about to do some throwback stuff. But before I tell you what I'm about to do, I decided, Chloe, just give it a try. So I sprayed on some 273 today. Y'all, I wish I would have kept the same color I had before, which was not as, I don't know, we're going to figure this color thing out. So I've sprayed on some 273 today because I'm like, Chloe, you done spent all this money on this perfume that you don't did this world tour on. You better try and wear this perfume. So yesterday I sprayed on a little Sand and Sable. It wasn't too bad. But just now I went and sprayed on some 273. And as I was spraying it, I was trying to figure out what does it smell like, because it's strong and it got like a little sweet kick to it, but it's strong. And it's strong kind of like Chanel No. 5 strong. But I can't describe exactly what that kick is, but what I will tell you, just briefly, as it went by my nose, I'm not bullshitting y'all. Sorry about that. It kind of smelled like a pissy diaper. I'm not, look, sorry about that. I'm not saying this to be a comedian. I'm not saying it to get laughs. I'm not saying this to be tongue in cheek. I'm not saying this, what am I saying? I'm saying this because that's really and truly, really and truly, as it like went by me, it's got a kind of a sweet cast to it, but it also has like old school perfume because it's strong. You don't need, it's like my girl said when she would do 30 pumps, and you could smell her 2 weeks in the future, 3 days in the future, or 3 weeks in the future. Did she say 2 weeks? Whatever she said. She had 2 weeks in the future, or she said 2 days or 3 days in the future. Anyway, that's exactly what's going on here. This stuff is so strong that I really do believe that once I wash my clothes, whenever I dry it and get ready to fold, I'm still gonna be able to smell this perfume. That's one thing you can say about the old school perfume, baby. It did last. It definitely lasts. And you did not have, you remember people used to spray so much perfume, like boys. Boys used to spray on so much cologne that it went from smelling good to just stinking. Oh my God. Oh my God. I remember this guy. I'm not gonna call his name because people watch my channel who went to school with. And I remember, you know how back in the day after the games, because I used to be a trainer for the football team at Gordon High School. Randy Smith was the coach during that time. And, we would come back from the games and it would be a dance at Gordon High after the game. And you would think that whenever after guys been out there, they've been playing, and especially this particular person, because he was definitely playing. I think he had to be on the defensive line, and like a tackle or something like that, because he's a big old black guy. And when we would leave, we would be on. We would be on the bus, and I remember the coach. No, it wasn't even Randy. It wasn't even Coach Randy Smith that said it. It was Gerald Glover, Coach Glover. He said, and I'm not going to say his name, he said, "Your back stank." But this particular guy was one of the guys that used to dance all the time. I mean, all that. He was one of those type. He was a dancing fool, but he was this big black guy. Why we would get back to the school and the dance already going, people already filing in from the dance, from the game and stuff like that. He wouldn't even take a shower. He would literally go put his clothes, and they used to talk about him. He did not care. He already used to stink anyway because he was big and he used to dance and sweat a lot. But he would literally not wash his butt, but would spray on so much cologne. Oh my God, he would he would douse himself in cologne, go right into the dance and start geeking, just funk from playing football mixed with cologne, just everywhere. He could dance his ass off, but baby, that thing used to stink. And I wonder where he is now, because it's been some years since I seen him. The last time I seen him, he was huge. I mean, he was already big when we was in high school. But last time I saw him, he was like that kind of big that whenever they talk, like that's how they talk, like, they breathing hard, even just to talk. And he was like one of these kind of just big to where he looked like he just like an overstuffed sausage. He was just huge. But back in high school, baby, when I say he used to dance his butt off, he just used to stink. I mean, funky. Okay, enough of that. So, what we're about to do, we are about to go on a semi-world tour, but we have a specific destination that we are going to, and I am so excited. I'm not going to tell you about it until we get there, but just know I'm on my nostalgia kick. I don't know if it is me having moved back into this house that has awakened something in me. Now I'm still getting rid of that cornice board and them drapes, and I'm still getting rid of this sofa. But I don't know if it's something about being in this house and seeing certain things from my childhood, such as the records, the LPs, the 45s. I don't know if that's what has kicked in the nostalgia, but I'm still going to go find some perfume that, I ain't mean to spit. I'm still going to find some perfume that smells good, that I'm going to put back in rotation. It's just not, it's definitely not going to be that taboo. Now that this what you call just smells like, I don't know what. This 273. I hope I didn't spray this 273 on strong like this whenever I was younger. Because if I did, I was loud. Because it is loud. And I just did a few little pumps. I don't know. It's one of those things where the more you smell it, the more it becomes okay. I'm about to go out for the day. If I get, because they're gonna smell me. If I get two, only thing I need is two. If I get two, because oftentimes, like whenever I will wear the Baccarat Rouge or I will wear the Pearl by Elements, and even the I forgot what that other one, and especially my Zara perfume. If I'm like standing in line at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or standing somewhere around people, I will always get a compliment, especially for that Baccarat Rouge knockoff. So today, if I get two compliments while I'm out on this 273, I might put it in rotation. But for right now, I don't think I'm gonna get. I just don't foresee myself getting any compliments. All right, y'all, let me go because I told this situation that I am in. I'm supposed to be leaving out the door to handle this business. So come on, let's go. Okay, so we got a couple of things on the schedule on tap for today. But y'all know how it is whenever it comes to me. We may get some of it done, we may get all of it done, or we may get none of it done. One thing is for certain, two things is for sure. There is one thing on the schedule that I am sure that I am going to get done because I'm on my way to it, and it means just that much to me. So we are on a slight world tour right now. Definitely need to go by. If I'm going that way, I should be able to pop into Sam's. I need to get me some more mixed nuts. Though that canister of mixed nuts that I bought the same day that I went and bought that pizza last week, baby, I done ran through all of those nuts. They had pistachios, almonds, macadamia nuts, and pecans in it. I am one of those people. I do not like peanuts. Whenever I say do not like peanuts, unless it's like in a candy, and I got to where I don't even care too much for Snickers. That is crazy. I no longer really care too much for Snickers or even M&Ms. I don't know. I'm just not a real big peanut person, and I think part of it is because I ate so many peanuts growing up. We had I told you my grandparents, had a 100-acre farm, and that my mom and her siblings and stuff was raised on it. So we had all kinds of orchards and stuff like that. So we had apple orchards, we had peach orchards, we had pear trees. We had, of course, all kinds of grapes and muscadines. And, of course, we had all the livestock, the chicken, the pig, the cows, the goats. We had the horses that I remember watching my grandfather plowing the land with Tony, the horse, before he had a tractor and he had and it's just so amazing that back then, and we're talking about the 70s, my grandfather had tractors and stuff like that. But I remember being a little girl and him plowing the land with Tony, the horse. But, and I guess that's part of the reason why I've always appreciated fresh fruit, fresh food. And the taste of it was just so delicious. I even growing up, it was very, very rare that we ate any canned foods. If anything was frozen, it was because it had been canned and packaged in a Ziploc freezer bag with a date written on it and put in the deep freezer. That's as far as we went for eating, frozen food or anything like that. None of our frozen food came out of the store. But we also had peanuts. We had, peanut fields of peanuts. And so I remember, my mom and my aunts and even me being out there. I didn't do it. I was just being nosy, pulling peanuts And up in the old house is the house that my mom and them lived in before my grandfather built the other house. I think I might have showed you that house in a past video not too long ago. In that house, before my grandfather built that house, they had another house that was on the land. And matter of fact, the chimney and everything is still over there. We went on a little excursion. I think it's been almost 10 years ago. We went on an excursion across the street to that land, and it's still remnants of like the first old house. We saw pig troughs. We ran across the old well, and I remember, they used to draw water up from the well. I think the outhouse had fallen down. But anyway, up in the old house, they used to keep barrels and barrels of peanuts. I mean, those big, huge, tall barrels that we see, I guess they store wine in or whatever. Okay, so those barrels were filled with feed. It was filled with feed for the hogs and chicken feed. And then it was chicken feed. Did we have feed for the hogs? I guess we did have feed for the hogs. I know we used to they call, I don't know what the hell slopping the hogs was, but they used to slop the hogs. I guess it was put slop in there, like corn after you done shucked the corn, and the hulls and stuff after you done shucked the peas and shucked the peas. And I have shucked some peas. I don't want to shuck another pea in my freaking life. But and then with the corn, oh my God, they used to have the worms, and oh no. So we used to go up in the old house.
There's construction ahead.
Go up in the old house and get peanuts. And so my mom loved roasted peanuts. OMG. The same way that she loves sweet potatoes, my mom could eat sweet potatoes every single day of the year, and she would never get tired of it. I don't know how she never got tired of it. That's part of the reason I don't care too much for sweet potato pie. I don't care too much for pound cake, even though occasionally a pound cake is like the bomb.com. But I was overdosed on sweet potatoes, sweet potato pies, pound cakes, and peanuts. And I remember my mom, it was nothing for my mom to throw some peanuts in the oven to roast them. So with that being said, I went all the way around the world, I've gotten to where when I say, I'm not gonna say I hate peanuts, but you'll never ever, and I can say this, you'll never ever catch me buying some Planters peanuts. And anytime I order like tropical mix or nut mix, I purposely look for the ones that do not include peanuts. That's how much I abhor them, because of course they always end up putting more peanuts than they do the other nuts in there. So if I gotta pay an extra $2, $3, hell, if I gotta pay an extra $4 to make sure that whatever mixed nuts I get does not include peanuts, I will. Unless it's something that I want it so bad and I can't do anything but avoid the peanuts. Like you see those trail mixes that have the M&Ms and the peanut mix in it. I ain't gonna buy it. That's how much I detest peanuts. But back to what I was originally talking about before I went off on my tangent. Mixed nuts from Sam's. I do want to go in search of a new edition LP, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time, because your girl got a little, I'm not even going to call it a date. Your girl is meeting up for, can't say I'm meeting up for drinks because I don't drink. And whenever I tell him, I said, well, I don't drink no more. I don't drink, or, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do edibles. And he's like, what? I said, yeah, we haven't talked in a while. I don't do, any of that. And he was like, well, I'll buy you. I said, you can give me a sweet tea, you can give me a club soda with lime. So we're supposed to be meeting to chop it up, because this particular person has been in school. And so I just, called him on a humbug yesterday. So I'm just trying to check on you to see if you had come up for air, because I know, you're in school for cybersecurity. And, at our age, because I'm about to be 56, so he's about to be 58. He's about to be 58 yeah, he's going to be 58 in August, a Leo. So whenever we was talking, I was just talking about everything that was going on. He was like, did you move into the house? Yeah, I done moved into the house. That's how long it's been since, we had caught up. And, because he grew up over in the area as well. And he was like, yesterday when we was talking, he was like, he said, why don't we just meet now for grab some drinks? And that's when I told him I don't drink anymore. And I told him, at that time it wasn't a good time, because I was trying to do everything, and I was actually trying to work on getting the video uploaded yesterday that's going to be uploaded today. I was struggling with it yesterday. And so I said, how about today? So he hit me up a little while ago, and he said, it's between 4 and 4:30 good for you, because he cuts hair. I said, it's 4 and 4:30, between 4 and 4:30 good for you. And I was like, yeah. But this one particular conversation that I want to have is, I had to, and I'm not going to go into it now because I'm all over the place, but I had to get in his stuff. We had to have a deep conversation about his kid's mother and certain levels of disrespect that I had to check him on, certain mindsets that I had to check him on, as well as holding him accountable. I really had to check him on that, because I'm friends with him, but I'm friends with her too. And I had to explain to him that just because I am a female does not mean that's the reason that I'm taking her side. That's one. And just because I am friends with her does not mean that that's why I'm taking her side, because actually I was friends with him before I was friends with her. But I had to check him on a couple of things. I've had to check him on things whenever they was together, and then now that they're apart, I can't. I'm your home girl. I'm your sister, but at the same time, I'm not going to co-sign your bullshit. So we'll go back and we'll revisit that a little later. But one thing that I did want to touch on is something. No, I can't, because I can't read it to you. We'll have to revisit that too. But it's something that it was an interview that Jay-Z just did, because there's been. I was looking at an article and they were talking about Jay-Z and why he chose Kendrick Lamar for the Super Bowl 2 years ago. And can you believe it's been over, we've gone through a second Super Bowl, and why he chose Kendrick Lamar, and people said it's because he got beef with Dre. But Jay-Z was saying, I'm not only am I a grown ass man, I'm a businessman, and it ain't have nothing to do with that. It's because at the time Kendrick Lamar was what was popping at the time. And even if you say Kendrick Lamar was popping because of the beef that he had with Drake, two things can be true at the same time. It can be true that even though Kendrick Lamar has always been popping and his albums has always done good, true enough, the beef that he had with Drake threw him in a major spotlight at the perfect time for him to be selected for the Super Bowl, because it happened. It was happening, and happened right as they were deciding who was going to be in the Super Bowl. That's one. And two, I can still have beef with the person you beefing with, but they ain't got nothing to do with me when it comes to money and it comes to making decisions that accumulate into success. A real business person can separate the two. Anyway, we'll have to circle back to that, because I actually want to read the article. Okay, I'm gonna have to hit y'all back, because apparently my DJI camera has gotten sick of me, and so it decided to overheat. But nevertheless, as I have conveyed to you, I just got a lot of respect for Jay-Z because of his business sense. But I'll check back in with you guys in very shortly because I'm 5 miles from my destination. Okay, real quick, y'all, this perfume is strong. And I know if I can smell it, because you know, whenever you put perfume on, oftentimes you can't smell it, and people ask you what you're wearing and you don't smell it anymore. Baby, this perfume right here, this perfume is so strong that I bet that dump truck that's in front of me, that one right there, I can almost guarantee you that them men in that dump truck can smell me all the way back here. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna lie. I am so serious. I can almost promise you them men in that dump truck can smell me all the way back here. Oh, Jesus. Let me figure out what I'm gonna eat. Okay, I'm done. For real.
We made our way to the elevator. As soon as the door closed, everyone started talking at once. Holy shit!
All right, y'all. Let's see what cities they got. Oh my God. Temptations by Tupac. Strictly for my niggas. Let's see, this Nas over here is $27.99. Yeah, NWA. Oh my God. I want to be your lover. Why you treat me so bad? Sexy dancer when we're dancing close and slow. With you, Bambi, still waiting. I feel for you. It's gonna be lonely. Okay, Prince it is. Got $19.99. Got down to Rawls, touch me in the morning. It's OJ. Ray Parker Jr., A Woman Needs Love. Definitely gonna get Prince. Good Bison. This stuff out here, this project, that's what's running my father for you. I am definitely gonna get this one. Yeah, boy, we showed something we so right. The best thing we have done the way we were. All in love is fair. I know that I am not your average girl. I had to get it. Y'all, I love me some Barbra Streisand. And the way we were, oh my God. So yeah, it was only $2. Got Barbra Streisand. Of course, you guys know I had to cop this Prince. It has I Want to Be Your Lover, Why You Would Treat Me So Bad, Sexy Dancer When We're Dancing Close and Slow, With You, Bambi, Still Waiting, I Feel For You, It's Gonna Be Lonely. Oh my God. And then they had this George Benson for $3.99. And thinking about George Benson made me think about Peabo Bryson. So I need to get me some people over. Honey, since I ain't gonna be running the streets, I might as well just sit at home on the weekend and chill and listen to some good music. Now let me go get me something to eat. Even though we're supposed to be actually going. Hold on, that's crazy. We're actually supposed to be going to. Well, he said go get drinks, but I ain't drinking. I know he gonna feed me, but I'm hungry now.